Okay, well, hello, you guys. Today welcome back to Shelf Life. First of all, I'm Leah.
I'm Val. I've never been camera shy in the, what is this, episode 22?
Yeah.
I have never been camera shy in the 22 episodes that we've recorded, and today I'm feeling camera shy.
Yeah. So today we are at Global Grounds, in La Crosse, and it is so quiet in here. So we're a little intimidated.
Yeah, we're gonna get demonetized on YouTube because the music.
It's probably gonna be loud, actually.
Not that we're monetized, but.
But yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we actually got the exact same coffee drink today.
Mm-hmm. I just got a slightly larger one, but
Cheers. It's so awkward. We got. It's Good lord, why do I feel so awkward today? It's a white chocolate apple butter mocha. It's delicious.
yeah, it is. It really is.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'm also gonna give it a 9. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like kind of salty too. Like there's a little saltiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Ever
fuck
so
with this.
slightly, but it is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well.
I don't have any questions. We can't talk about space for 10 minutes like we did last time.
No, sorry, you guys.
Unfortunately.
I was gonna ask a question relevant to the book, but do you think that we will live to see some kind of doomsday extinction of humans? Or some kind of, like, destruction of the environment and, like, a significant decrease in the quality of life? Do you think that we will live to see that?
I don't know. Because I mean, like, I think global warming is, like, we're very obviously already seeing it, even though some people choose not to.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's very obviously, like, relevant right now.
Oh, yeah.
But I also, like, don't know that I necessarily think, like, a major doomsday is going to happen, like, in the books that we read.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I
It
don't
would
know.
be kind of cool, though.
It would be cool.
Now's the time for it to happen, though, because, like, I don't want to be, like, 70 during doomsday. I want to be, like,
Really?
now.
I think I would want the opposite. I think I would, if it happened, I would want it to happen when I'm older so I don't have to live to see the aftermath. I'm serious.
You don't want to fight through it?
No. I'm just gonna give up.
That's, like, low-key what I always say about, like, a zombie apocalypse. I'm like, why are we trying so hard to live through this?
Yeah.
Not that,
Like,
like, you
what-
want to die, but, like, what quality of life is there?
Yeah. Yeah. There's gonna be, like, nothing left.
Like, I enjoy sitting on the couch and drinking my coffee and petting my cats.
Yes.
And if I can't have that, why live?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
When the zombies take over the world,
Yeah.
I'm done for.
Mm-hmm. Either that or some kind of catastrophic event happening. I saw something, so this is related to the Northern Lights that we talked about last week.
Which you're all welcome, by the way. We
Yeah,
manifested
we
that
did.
for you.
We literally did. It was so funny because we were just talking about it in that episode, and then that night I texted Val, and I was like, oh my god, Val, they're visible. We need to go see them. But yeah. So anyways, I saw something, and obviously the Northern Lights are caused by, like, solar flares. Kind of like just energy that's thrown from the sun, and apparently that can also cause, like, huge grid disruptions. Like a solar flare that's super high intensity, it can, like, knock out our satellites and, like, communications. And okay, I did not fact check this post, but I could it's believable, like, it makes sense. But it said something about how, like, yeah, it's really cool that we can see the Northern Lights, but it's also a little scary because we were so close to, like, actual, like, catastrophic, like, having our satellites just taken out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So anyways, if you're hearing this and if it's wrong, call me out. But I don't know, like,
That's okay. We don't fact check on this podcast. We just believe
just
everything at first sight.
first sight, first
First-
listen, first,
Yeah.
yeah. But
we
yeah.
are gullible.
Yep, I am for sure. But I don't know. That just that's a little scary.
That is a little
Yeah,
scary. And it
like-
makes something very pretty a little scarier.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, that question is relevant to the book today because we talked about Shatter Me by, is it Tahereh?
Sure.
Tahereh Mafi? I'm so
Yeah,
sorry
I'm
if I
not
pronounced that
sure.
wrong. But yeah, it's like book 1 of a 6-book series, and then there's other books in the series as well.
So
that
many books.
there are.
Whoa, she has a bird in her eye.
I did not notice that.
That's crazy.
I would not have picked that up if you did not point that out. Take a look.
Take a look.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're welcome.
Yeah. If you're listening on Spotify, what are you doing? Watch our pretty faces.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, this book, if you listened to last week's, and if you've read both of them, you know that they are so similar.
Very similar.
Basically, the broad premise of it is that there is a girl who like can't touch anybody. She has some kind of powers that just like kill. So she knows no human interaction. And then there's just a man that can touch her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She gets kidnapped by these people, and they're trying to use her as like a weapon for their rebellion because the world is like not in a good place.
Yes.
The world is going through a doomsday.
Yes.
So,
Like the animals are eating like toxic plants, and they say that the air is like you can't breathe it, and yeah, it's just bad.
all the nasty things. So yeah, that's our broad premise. What were your thoughts?
I really liked it. I liked it enough to start the second book right away.
Like
so
right away.
Oh,
She read this one in like 2 days and immediately was like, next one.
yes. I am listening to the second book on an audiobook, but I plan on actually picking it up and reading it. I was just like in the car on a 3-hour drive, so I was like, why not read or listen to the second book? But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm curious to know how the story is going to play out over 6 books. Yeah. Because I think I'm like halfway into the second book, and I don't know. I feel like the action is like getting really close to happening, so I don't know what else is going to be able to happen. Yeah. But it's really good. I liked it. I think, okay, I'm changing the way that I do my Goodreads ratings now too.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to kind of follow your pattern and do, if it's 5, it changes my life.
Okay.
So I think I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's valid. Yeah.
And what did you think about this book?
I also really liked it. I struggled a little bit with, I think it was because I was listening to it as an audiobook, but I struggled a little bit with, it's like very much a young adult book, and you can just tell.
Yes.
Like, not that I need like books that are like super intelligently written, but I was just like, I found myself kind of like rolling my eyes or like laughing at some of the things that she said. I was like, yeah, this is definitely like a 17-year-old girl
Yes.
for sure.
Yep.
She also uses like an obscene amount of similes and metaphors that I was like, this is
Yep.
almost, it's almost hard to read.
Yeah. And I feel like they're all very repetitive almost too.
Yeah.
Like, she talks about the same thing so many times, like that white bird. The white
If I have
bird
to
was-
read one more sentence about Adam's eye color.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but the second book's got it too. Oh, those
Bro.
dark blue eyes.
Oh my gosh. They're like an ocean and Arctic and all of the. Apparently, there were so many metaphors that my brain didn't hold on to a single one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think like the story was good. It just. This was one where I'm like, I can kind of see why this book didn't blow up like some of the other dystopian books did, because it just kind of felt like it was missing a little something. But
Yeah.
I also was very convinced that I had read this book before, like I'd started it.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
And I cannot figure out what book I'm thinking of. but it starts very similarly.
Really?
But I cannot think of what book I'm thinking of. So now I'm gonna go on a quest to
Yeah.
find whatever book that was, because
You figure it out, and I want to read whatever one you started.
okay,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I think I gave it a 3 on
Okay.
Goodreads.
Okay.
I really like the premise of it. I do like the story. I just think that me in like middle school would have ate this shit up.
Yeah.
Me now, not so much.
Yes. No, I completely understand that too.
But it is really good, and I love a good dystopian.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like the storyline of it. The writing, like Val was saying, is a little hard to follow sometimes. And in this book, it's almost like it's narrated by the main character, Juliet, and she like treats it almost as like a journal entry. Almost every single page has at least one line that she crosses out. So if you listen to the audiobook, it's just like, I am not insane. Like it's just
It
like
makes a
yeah,
noise.
yeah. In the second book, when I was listening to that, honestly, it was weird, but it was kind of cool to have like that sound
Yeah,
effect.
yeah.
But yeah,
I
so-
didn't hate it. I just like did not quite realize like what was going on.
Yeah.
I thought that it was like she was just changing her train of thought, or I thought it was something to do with like her powers.
Yeah.
Like she was like a little crazy or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I don't know. I flew through this book, and because it is so like young adult, it's like written in a way that you can read it so fast.
Yeah, it is a good fast read for sure.
Which I'm enjoying because I'm trying to hit that 50 books a year, and I think I have 16 books left, and there's like 40 days left. So
yeah, well, and finish the series, and then you're like done.
yeah, basically. So yeah, I'm really trying to hound those books out, and this has made it very easy for me. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, should we spoil it?
I suppose we
I
should
think
get
we're
into
gonna
it.
spoil it.
Okay,
So
you have been warned.
yeah.
Okay.
Basically, this book starts off with Juliet. We don't really know her name right away, but she is our main character, and she's living in captivity. She's been living in this like cell for like 265 days or something like that. And all we really know about her is that like you're not supposed to touch her.
Yes.
There is a guy, his name is Adam, and he ends up getting thrown into her cell with her, and she's really confused because she's lived for 265 days in this cell completely alone.
Yep.
We come to find out that Juliet's parents were scared of her because she has this power where if she touches anyone or anything, she causes like immense pain to them and kind of like almost like drains life from them.
Yes. Yeah.
And she ended up that's kind of a spoiler from down the line, but she ends up like killing somebody on accident. So
Yeah.
her parents are terrified of her. They don't treat her well, so they send her to like this institution-y thing, which is how she ends up in this prison-y cell thing.
Yeah, because everybody thinks she's like dangerous, and yeah, and her parents just like didn't want to deal with her.
No, they were like,
Yeah.
not our problem anymore.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yep. So they shipped her away, and
Yeah. So Adam comes and joins her in the cell, and they're really confused, and she doesn't really get along with him very well, but she's very like intrigued by him.
yes, she feels like she knows him somehow, and she can't quite place it. Yeah.
Yeah. They spend about like a week or two together in the cell, and then all of a sudden, these soldiers like break in, and they're like, "You're coming with us. You're getting out of here. We're
Yep.
breaking you out."
Yep.
So they take them both, and turns out Adam was a spy for these people who
Yep.
kidnapped her. So she gets taken back to this like I don't know exactly what it's just like this house kind
Yeah.
of. It's like this war compound, but like it's really nice. Like
Yeah, it's like their headquarters almost.
yeah. It's the headquarters of. What is the group called? They have a name, right? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But she meets this guy named Warner, who is like the head of this big operation.
Yes.
And
Wasn't it just the rebellion?
was it the rebellion?
I thought
Maybe.
the reestablishment.
The reestablishment. Yes.
Yes.
It's the reestablishment.
Mm-hmm.
So she meets this guy named Warner. He is the head of the reestablishment, and he is like, listen, we've been tracking you for years.
Yep.
We want to use you as basically like a weapon
Yeah.
to help us torture people.
Yep.
And she is like getting all sorts of ick vibes from
Yeah.
this guy. She's just like, you are creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to hurt people. I don't
Mm-hmm.
love that. We find out that Adam had been sent to her cell to basically, you know, help kind of get her out, learn as much information as he could for Warner,
Yes.
and then they were gonna, you know, break her out and whatever.
Yeah.
Now I don't know where to go from there.
You're good. Okay, so before Adam was actually sent in there, he told Warner how like he had grown up with Juliet when they were in school,
Yes.
and so like he knows her already, and yeah, so that's another reason why Warner actually like let him go in, because he had volunteered to, and like he had that connection with her already, and so yeah, he basically reports back to Warner, and Juliet feels very betrayed because she thought that he was like nice to her and whatever, but she ends up like she has a room in this like big house thingy, and it's completely like full of cameras and microphones. Like she has no privacy at all. And then Adam is also like a guard for her almost.
Yeah,
like
he's like
always
tasked
with her.
with being with her 24/7, basically.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, and then in this house place, there's also guards like every 5 feet or so in the hallways. Like it's like heavily protected. And yeah, so Juliet had this notebook that she would always write in when she was in the prison, and somehow Adam ended up like getting that notebook and bringing it to her, and he like wrote a note in it for her and put it in one of the dresses that was in
Do you
the
remember
dresser.
what the note said? I don't remember what the
This
note
is
said.
not as it seems or something. Yeah, it's not what you think.
It's not what you think.
Okay.
Wow.
So basically he like leaves her this note and says it's not what you think in her notebook, and like sticks that in a purple dress that's in her dresser. And then he makes a note, or like he like kind of pushes her to like wear the purple dress, wear the purple dress. So she puts that on. She realizes that the notebook is in there, and then she sees that page in the book, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah. So like even though Adam betrayed her, Juliet still kind of trusts him because he's being like really kind to her and is like kind of hinting at her. Like he was the one who's like, your homeroom's bugged, just so
Yes.
you know. Like he told her right away, you know. Like he's kind of helping her out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then I guess she's kind of just like paraded through this place. Warner is not leaving her alone. Like she's always right next to him because he's kind of like showing her off and showing off that he has her and she's powerful and dangerous. And she refuses to actually like do anything for him to actually torture people. But he ends up like somehow forcing her to touch a soldier, and he almost dies, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
And that was more a position or like a display of power just to show people like don't fuck around. So
He
yeah.
also like has like a big assembly with like all of the soldiers, and he like makes Juliet come to it, and he finds out that he knows that like one of the soldiers has been like betraying them and like
Yes.
sneaking out information to like an outside source or whatever.
Yes.
And so he like shoots this guy. And then there's like another time where he's with Juliet like alone in his like quarters, and she's like, I want you to like debug my room, and he's like, okay, but only if you touch me, like I want to know what it feels like, sort of thing. So yeah, he's just like very like manipulative
Yes.
of her,
Yes.
and is very much trying. I feel like he's trying to turn her
Oh, yeah.
into
his soldier. Yeah.
Bad person.
Yes. Like, he's trying to convince her that she is dangerous and that she doesn't deserve anything good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So after they kind of put together the pieces that like that Adam and Juliet do know each other, all of a sudden they admit their love to one another in a shower.
Yep. They yeah. This is, I think, before the cameras actually got taken out. Yeah, because otherwise they would have just talked normally. So anyways, yeah, they talked about how, like, they knew each other as children, and, like, they reminisced their little childhood stories of one another, and they said that they've loved each other since then. Even though they never spoke to one another, and that Adam has been searching for her for the last 3 years since she disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is where it gets a little YA.
Yes. But yeah, so then...
So yeah, they decide that they love each other.
Yep.
And then they're like, well, we're going to break out of here because, like, this sucks. We don't want to be here anymore. This is
basically,
not fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, they be scheming.
Yep, they are scheming. Warner ends up actually taking out the cameras from her room, but then says, like, she has to touch him, but she tries to, like, run away from him, and then he's like, well, you'll make do on your promise, like, I'll make do on mine. So yeah, they take out the cameras, and then that's when they can actually start scheming. So Adam tells her that there's going to be some kind of, like, rebellion, like some kind of, like, an attack that's going to happen in, like, the next 3 weeks, and that when the alarms go off, that's when they're going to try to make their escape. So they're, like, counting down the days, and Juliet's kind of just, like, putting up with everything until she can get out, just to make sure Warner doesn't suspect anything. And then the alarms start going off, and Adam and her...
before then, during this time, Warner's like, I'm calling in on your favor because you were supposed to touch me. So he ends up putting her into this room with, like, all of these traps, and then shoves, like, a toddler in there.
I forgot that.
And he's like, you gotta save the kid. And so, like, all these traps start going off, and so she either has to, like, let the kid risk
into it. He's blindfolded.
Into it. Oh yeah. And like literally like a toddler, like a baby.
Yes, 2-year-old.
And so she has to decide, like, okay, am I just gonna, like, watch him, like, walk into a trap and die, or am I gonna touch him and accidentally hurt him or whatever? So she ends up harming the kid, but she does, like, save him from dying. But then she's all pissed off at Warner, and she's like, she runs through this wall of concrete and is like, I can't believe you made me do this. And he's like, bro, you just ran through concrete.
She also had him, like, pinned up against the wall, which comes into play actually in the second book. They talk about that more, but sorry, we're on the first book. But yeah, so she didn't realize that, like, she has the power to do that. She's never broke through concrete or any structure of any sort.
But she's like, dang, I could have just broken out of the cell a long time ago.
Literally, yeah. And then obviously Warner realizes, like, wow, she's a lot more powerful than we even thought.
Bro, what if you could break concrete and you have no idea because you've never run through a concrete wall?
I don't think I'm gonna try it. You can try it. I'll watch you.
You would have no idea until you try it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna throw your body into the wall and it's not gonna move and you're gonna be hospitalized. There was actually, I remember, this is a random story and I'll make it brief, but freshman year, there was somebody that visited from a hometown, not one of my friends, from somebody that I knew, and he was drunk and he tried to run. He literally ran straight into a brick wall. The ambulance
really
had come.
Funny.
Yeah,
that's really
he was
funny.
stupid. So anyways, don't run into concrete walls, okay? Don't listen to Val.
Or do, and let me know how it goes.
Yeah, okay.
I will not pay for your hospital bill. Anyways.
Yeah, full disclosure, we're not paying any medical bills.
No.
But yeah, so basically, she realizes that she has all this power, and so does Warner. And yeah, but she's, like, furious. furious that Warner made her do that. Because obviously that's a really shitty situation.
Right. And then that's when she goes back and the alarms are going
Yes.
off.
Yeah. And so actually right before that was happening, her and Adam had like touched her in the shower. She realized that he could actually like touch her somehow. And then yeah, so like after they get the cameras taken out of the room, they're kind of more like touchy-feely sometimes. And the relationship kind of just develops, you know? And so they were having a moment right before the alarms went off, and then they did, and they were like, oh, well, shit, like, now we have to break out. So Warner ends up showing up to Juliet's room, and he's like, Adam, why are you still here? And so he was like, well, I didn't know what to do with her. And so he leaves for a second. Warner comes in. He's like, I don't even remember what the conversation was.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't really remember either, actually.
I don't think it was anything too important. But then I think he was basically telling Juliet that, like, you know, we could rule the world together. Like, we can do great things. Like, because he's just weird. And then Adam comes back in with Warner's gun. And not Warner's gun,
just
his own gun. Adam comes in with a gun, and then Juliet somehow like gets Warner's gun. So they both have guns pointed at Warner, and then they like tie him up, and they're like, well, we only have a few seconds to like really get out of here. So they throw a rope out the window, and Adam goes down first, and then as Juliet's trying to like run away, Warner touches her on the leg, and she's like, oh my god, did he just touch me? Did he realize that he just touched me? And so the rest of the book, she's thinking about the fact that he can literally touch her. So it's not just Adam that has that ability. Yeah. And then they escape. They start running through the streets, and they end up like hopping this fence and getting into this like nuclear field area. All of the soldiers have like a
tracker injected into them.
Yes, like a liquid injected tracker. And somehow when you go into the nuclear field, it like disables that. So it was disabled, and they were able to like, you know, not be tracked. They end up running to this tank that Adam had stashed away from previous mission thingy, and then they just get in this tank and they start driving away.
The tank was such a weird detail, because they could have just, they end up going and finding Adam's little brother James in like their home, I guess. I don't want to call it a home, but like their home.
Yeah.
So the tank was so just random.
Yeah.
And also so inconspicuous, by the way.
Well, it said that it was like a quieter version. I don't know.
Ooh,
but
a quiet
still,
tank.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still huge. Like, even if it's dark out, can you not see a big blob moving? I don't understand it.
So they go, they find James, and James is like still like a kid, so he's like going to school and stuff.
Yes.
But he's a little one.
Yeah.
They basically just spend the night there. James goes to school in the morning, and all of a sudden, I don't remember his name. Kenji.
Yes.
All of a sudden, this other soldier from the compound shows up, and he's shot and he's hurt, and they're like, "Bro, where did you come from?"
Yeah.
They're
And
like,
how did you get here?
Trust you?
Yeah.
What is going on? So they do end up taking him in, and they like kind of help bandage him up, and help him start healing and whatever.
Meanwhile, this whole time, Kenji is making remarks about how Julia is gonna find him attractive when he's healed, and how he's just so hot, and she wants him.
He's kind of creepy.
He is creepy.
The whole time.
It continues through the second book.
It's weird.
Yeah. He's just full of himself.
He's
okay.
icky.
Yeah. But yeah, so they get him patched up, and then he's like, well, it's not safe. Like, we need to leave as soon as possible. So
They don't get a chance.
no, James literally gets back from school, and then they already have their bags packed and everything, and like almost immediately after he gets back, they have to leave because the soldiers are at the door. Like, Warner and all of his men are out there looking for them. So yeah, they have to like escape through the back of this house, and they're running in the streets again. Adam leaves James with Kenji in like this abandoned building or something, and he's like, okay, I will trust you to keep my brother safe, and then we'll know that we can like that you're safe, you know? Because Kenji said that he knew a place that they could go to get away from everything. So yeah, Juliet and Adam were tasked with finding a car, and while they're doing this, they end up, Adam ends up getting like shot or something when he exits a building, and then Juliet gets taken by Warner. So Juliet gets dragged into this other building. Warner knows that he can touch Juliet, so he's like feeling her up, and then she's like, okay, he has a gun. If I let him kiss me, like I can get his gun. So she's letting it happen. Meanwhile, she has an agenda of her own, and she gets a hold of his gun and she shoots him. And she thought she wasn't sure if she killed him or not, but she ran away.
She ran.
And she had to go find Adam. She went back to the spot where his body was, and there was like a pile of blood and then a trail. So she was like following the trail. She ends up following it to like this locked building, like another concrete type barrier thing, and she just harnesses all of her rage and just punches through the wall to get in. And then she finds him all shackled up and like beaten, almost dead. Yeah.
She rescues him. They find a car.
Mm-hmm.
They find Kenji and James.
Yep.
And then Kenji's like, all right, I'm going to drive us to the safe spot. I know where we're going. So he starts driving them, and they go to the safe place.
Yep.
And she ends up kind of like waking up there, and they've like, you've been asleep for like 14 hours, and she's really confused. She's like, I don't know where I am.
Yep.
Whatever. And so they end up taking her to like the leader of this safe place, and his name is Castle. And Castle is basically like, we are like a rebellion against the, what is it,
Omega Point.
what's the other
The
thing?
reestablishment.
The reestablishment. They're
Yes.
rebelling against the reestablishment.
Yes.
Reestablishment is too close to rebellion that my brain is struggling to keep those.
Yes.
But yeah, so he's like, the safe place is called Omega Point.
Yep.
And here we are building up kind of like a team of people to kind of help overthrow the reestablishment. He tells Juliet that there are a bunch of other people, like 56 of them, who also have powers like hers.
Yes.
And they like try and train themselves on like how to like know their body, how to use their powers and
Yes.
stuff like that. And then he also tells her that like the reestablishment has been lying to them, and is, you know, they've been saying that like the world isn't safe, and that the air isn't clean, and the animals are all dying, and that people are dying because of the food is bad.
Yes.
And he's like, they've actually been hiding a lot of the good stuff and like keeping it hidden from
Themselves.
the world,
Yeah.
and keeping it for themselves. He's like, the animals that are sick and are dying, he's like, they're making them sick. And
Yes.
like it's all kind of a facade.
Yes.
It's like things aren't good, but they're not as bad as they're making it seem.
They're using fear as a way to control people. But yeah.
So Castle's like, you gotta rest up. You can join my rebellion. Adam ends up getting healed by these healer people.
Yes.
And she's like, oh my gosh, you look so much better.
Yeah.
I love you. She gets a fancy purple suit that can let her touch people.
Yes.
And she looks like a superhero.
Yep.
And yeah, they're like, all right, let's be rebellion now.
Yep, basically. And they know that they're in a safer place now, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it ends.
That's Shatter Me.
Yep. Yeah.
One thing that I thought was very confusing was that Adam, when they were gonna break out, he said, you know, the whole like, oh, like there's gonna be a thing, like I need to, like we need to be ready because sometime in the next 3 weeks, like there or whatever.
Yes.
But then when the alarm started going off, he seemed very confused because he was like, he wasn't sure if it was like real or not. Like he wasn't like, oh, this is the thing that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
He was really confused.
Yeah.
And so that's why they didn't like start leaving right away. And I was just like, cause then Warner was even like, it was just a drill. And Adam was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what? And I'm like, why are you confused? Like,
No, I wonder how, like, if Warner somehow caught on to their plans, and that's why he ran the drill.
I think so, because Warner did end up finding the notebook
Yeah, that's
and was
right.
like, "Where did you get this? I didn't give this to you."
Yeah,
And she's like, "I
yes.
snuck it in here." And he was like,
No,
you
that's
could
not
tell he like
possible.
didn't really
Yeah,
believe her.
yeah.
So I do think he kind of caught on to their plans. I
Mm-hmm.
also was like, you guys are way too trusting of like the fact that the cameras are
Turned off. Yeah.
turned off.
Yeah.
Like, for those listening to Spotify, I just air quoted. But I was just like, if the bad guys who locked me up in a room were like, "Oh yeah, the cameras are off now," I wouldn't
Yeah.
just be like, "Oh yeah, the cameras are turned off."
Also, it
I'd
talked
be a little
about
skeptical.
Yeah. Adam is the one who like switched the cameras off, but then the microphones, like, were those also same thing? Like, did they just turn off when the cameras got turned off, or like?
True, yeah.
Because it never actually talked about disabling them. It
I
just
don't know.
mentioned the cameras.
Well,
So.
and I was like, who's to say that, Adam went and turned them off? Who's to say Warder didn't go turn them back
Yeah.
on? Like, why are we
So-
just blindly trusting this man who's locked you up
Yeah.
and wants to use you as a weapon?
Yeah. Well, I think Warner is also just simply obsessed with Juliet. Like, he wants them to be together. Because Warner has a very messed up childhood as well. However, he is like the opposite of Juliet. Like, like he was kind of abandoned as a child. And he uses that as a way to become who he is and like instill fear in other people. Like,
Well,
he's just
his
very
dad
unhappy.
is like the leader of like
Yeah.
he was like high up in this army sort of thing, and he just like convinced him that like he's like, "I'm very powerful. You should let me."
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, Warner's just really trying to get Juliet for himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that continues through the second book for sure, and I'm sure it's the whole fucking series.
Probably.
Yeah.
There needed to be more women.
Yeah. There really weren't a
Where
lot.
were the women?
Well,
There were none.
no. Well, yeah, because it talked about even when she was like walking around in the reestablishment, like she was the only woman.
Yeah, there
And
was
when when Warner was running that experiment with like her and the toddler, he made her wear like this skimpy tank top and these really short shorts, so as much of her skin was showing as possible. But then he just made her walk through all of the hallways, and all of these soldiers are just like looking her up and down. First of all, she's a minor. Second of all, fucking gross. Thank God she was not able to be touched, because we all know how men are.
She literally even said that. She
Yeah.
was like, honestly, like I'm like low-key kind of glad
Uh-huh.
that I can't be touched. Because
Yes. Yeah.
these
It was
guys are
crazy.
creepy.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's also why Kenji comes off so strong too. He's like, well, I haven't seen a woman in so long. Shut up.
Keep
That
it in
still
your
does
pants,
not
buddy.
justify it. Yeah.
In your pants.
Yeah. So that's about all I have to say about it. It's just.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I am very curious to see where the rest of the series goes, because not only is there 5 more books, but there is also a spin-off series
Yeah.
with 6 books in it as
Yeah.
well. So I don't know how she's been writing for so long about the same.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to read the whole spin-off series. I think because I bought a set that's books 1 through 6 of the normal series, so I'm just gonna read that one.
I also don't usually love a spin-off. Sometimes they're okay. but
Yeah.
sometimes it's kind of like meh.
Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah,
But yeah.
next week we are reading. Is it The Book Thief?
Maybe. I gotta get on that one. That one's like 400, 500 pages.
Oh.
No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
next week we're reading The Book Thief, which
Mhm.
I'm really excited for.
Yes.
I'm really excited to sob my eyes out.
Have you read this book before?
I've seen the movie.
Okay.
Have you? Either one of them?
So when I was younger, probably in like middle school, I remember my mom bought the book for me and I started it, but at that point I wasn't I couldn't read long books like that. So I think I probably read like maybe 100 pages and gave up, but I don't remember anything really.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you know what it's about?
It's about the Holocaust, isn't it? Yeah, and like I also saw a reel that was like books that made me sob, and The Book Thief was one of them. So I know that I'm gonna be a little bitch while I'm reading this.
Oh my god. I'm unwell. Like
Yeah.
unwell.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm looking forward to it though. I think that's gonna be a really good book.
This has been on my TBR for like ever and
Yeah.
ever and ever
Yeah.
because I do really like the movie. But yeah, so that's what we're reading next week.
Yes. Yeah. That's about all we have for you though.
Yep.
Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or night whenever you're listening to this. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, our socials, our personal socials, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us
And keep
everywhere.
coming back every week.
Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.